It's time.
All right. Wells Fargo Championship.
Time to get all of these back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not
so,
all of them, only two of them.
Right.
So let's do a quick
Three of them.
quick rundown of the course. So Wells Fargo Championship moves from Quail Hollow to the TPC Potomac.
There's only three left.
Potomac.
Potomac.
It's Potomac.
All of the above.
What?
Famous river.
Potawatomi.
What did you say?
Potomac.
Potawatomac?
Said Potomac or Potomac.
It's
Potomac.
It's Potomac.
Like
It has
I
been
went with
since-
all three of pronunciations to somebody. So it changed there because Quail Hollow is now hosting the President's Cup.
By the way, is Quail Hollow not one of the best names for a golf course?
It's fantastic.
It just sounds like
a place I want to go play at
Yeah.
and get dominated by.
That's
but
fair.
That's fine.
sounds like there's just like stone bridges and walls everywhere.
No, it sounds like there's a bunch of quails. And it's very hollow.
Fair. All right.
This guy's has too many.
Total
many
yardage.
Four.
Total yardage 7160. Par 70. Only 2 par 5s and 4 par 3s. So some longer par 4s in there to get us up to almost 7,200, but still a shorter course nonetheless. Overall, looking at mainly less than driver. Got to be strategic off the tee. There's a lot of when we say trees, tree line fairways, normally we're seeing, okay, guys can punch out. It's pretty easy. This is woodland.
Mm-hmm.
This is forest area. If you go into the trees, you're going to struggle to get out. It's not just an easy punch out where you can go 100 yards down the fairway and be fine and have a nice next shot. You might have to go backwards to get a better shot.
Right.
Hazards, jumping on that, there's some bunkers in play on the fairways, water in play on some tee shots as well. Those are creeks, those are ponds, those are kind of all of the above. Like I said, trees, thick woodland areas. Fairways, average 35 yards in width, so pretty narrow overall. At that 300-yard mark is kind of that sweet spot. The fairways narrow a lot. So at 325, I think I read and heard that they go from 35 yards average to like 23 yards average. So that's pretty small for especially guys that are pretty long off the tee. Greens, small bent grass, and they are similar. I'd have to look back at the course, but similar to what we've had in the past. They're narrow and long, not even shaped. Weather-wise, mid 50s to start the week, high to mid 70s in the afternoon on Thursday. Showers can come later at night. Cools off throughout the weekend. Friday, showers all day basically. Showers earlier on in the week too, so that might slow the course down, make it a little bit soft. Saturday, breezy with on and off rains. Temps, again, like I said, cool off to upper 50s. Sunday's going to be the coolest day, especially if you're teeing off in the morning and you're teeing off in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Key metrics, fairways gained, strokes gained approach, ball striking. I actually took putting off of here because they are such small greens that putting, in my eyes, is limiting those 3-putts, different stuff like that. But not a lot of 3-putts probably here with how small the greens are. It's going to be probably strokes gained around the green. Field is solid.
Bogey avoidance.
Bogey avoidance for sure. Especially because, and another thing that I heard and read is you go into the trees on one hole, you start to get errant on some tee shots, different stuff like that. That bogey train is going to start. It's not just one bogey that you might have. It might be 2 or 3 in a row.
What's that stat about trees?
90% air.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that stat about statistics? 67% of them are true.
True, right? Yep.
He can't handle all this.
So I'm just trying.
Dad jokes.
I'm just trying to
helping you.
Yes, I'm just trying to go through this a little quick.
Guys trying to get some
field wise
information out there.
Why?
Field wise, better than last week. Looking at right around 32%
Absolutely
of the top
better.
50 players.
Absolutely better.
Whereas last week we're right at 10%. Highest ranked player is Rory this week. Only player in the top 10. He's at 7. But I think, like I said, 16 of the top 50.
Overwhelmingly the favorite.
Course history, The last two events on the tour that we've seen here are the Quicken Loans in 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Corn Ferry events, there's
been a
Senior
while.
Tour events that have been played here. But as far as PGA Tour, those are the last two.
Yep.
And I already mentioned that it moved from Quail Hollow to
Right.
here.
You should say
All
it
right.
again.
Hardest hole that I've seen on the course is the 11th.
You ready for course overview stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you want to dive too deep? I don't
think
I'm
we need
good
to
with
dive
not
too deep.
doing-
The biggest thing that I've seen
I just want to
is
show the audience that I have the ability
you.
to change it.
Like you.
I
we
just, I
can.
just want them to know.
There it is. There
Hole
it is.
1. Go to hole 2.
Let me pull up my team viewer here.
Now do hole 3.
Nope. Sorry. Not allowed. We're back.
But so what I did see though is the 11th is the hardest, and the reason that it is I have to remember the dog leg. But a lot of people
I'm
run
going to
through
pull
the
it up. I mean,
Yeah,
we can
maybe
pull it
pull
up.
up hole 11 for me, please.
Oh, no. I don't have a remote PC up anymore. I'm sorry. It's not allowed.
hole 11 is a dog leg left.
You guys want to see it?
And right at 270 is where you start to run through the fairway and go straight into woods.
Wait, is there a house there that's waiting to file a $5 million distress complaint for living on a golf course and getting golf balls in their yard?
I feel like you're referencing something that happened recently.
Yeah, I don't. Did we talk?
There it is,
Did
by
we
the
talk
way.
about that last week? I feel like we might have.
We teased on it a
teased
little
on
bit. Yeah.
So-
when we went to Copper Creek, shout out Copper Creek,
You live on a golf course and you.
and
But here's
into the wind, Ryan decides to go a good
it was
100 yards
arguably
left.
the worst shot you would see this year.
There's houses on a golf course that should definitely be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some golf balls, and then there's houses that will be like, yeah,
Not
like we've
one
got a
out
lot
of
of kids.
million.
We're gonna live a little bit further over here, like off the. We're not gonna get any golf balls,
Guys, it was the front nine.
Unless-
It was the front nine. I played
was
much
number-
better the back nine.
It was number 7. Okay.
Played much
7 at
better the
Copper.
back nine.
If anyone has ever played there, let us know. Copper, number 7. He reached the left. When I mean left, so green's going this way, or fairway's going this way. There's left. Then there's like
left.
Left.
He
I go like
left.
pull, draw, pop, fly
slide it.
I go like
Into the
probably
wind.
into the wind off the
Hit it.
roof.
I'm
Out.
standing
Off the roof.
I'm standing at
We were playing black.
I'm standing right in the middle of a clock. That's a 10 o'clock shot right there.
It was
Yeah,
Like that's a like 30, 45 degrees right
That was
there.
impressive.
Now, did the wind push it back? Yes,
don't
it
talk
did.
like that.
But
the wind was blowing the other direction.
no, it was not.
It didn't. You hit the draw into the wind. The wind was blowing left or right.
yeah.
That was the most impressive part about it. That's why we thought
Absolutely.
it was going to die.
'Cause we
Everybody's
were
like,
all-
"Oh, it's not going to make it there," and I'm like, "That thing's hitting the roof." And then
Yeah, it was going.
Bam!
It was not stopping. It was impressive.
you hit it through. You drew it through the wind.
That's
fun
just
fact-
sheer power.
Fun,
Exactly.
fun fact, fans. Ryan likes to fade the ball aggressively.
And not do what he did on that hole.
You like to fade the ball. You're a fader.
Absolutely. My
Your
traditional
miss is a
ball
slice.
flight is left to right.
Yeah, and your miss is a slice.
My miss is right.
Not a
Pop up,
Not-
full hook.
left. Not.
And
left.
that's an actual thing. Like in a simulator earlier this year, I was pretty bad about hitting my driver high. When I'm on the course, it's not my typical ball flight.
Right.
My typical ball flight's probably medium-esque. It's not low, it's not high. It's medium-esque, but my miss is right. My miss on this was a straight 60 degree in the air.
Yep.
You could
And
not have been
left.
more left and higher without boomeranging back and hitting you.
Or missing. Yeah, just missing the ball.
Oh,
There was-
yeah, there's that in play.
Right.
That's
If I had Tyreek Hill speed, I probably can run and catch that ball.
That would have been awesome.
we
But we digress.
Back to hole 11. Sorry,
On us.
at 270
Whatever.
runs through the fairway.
whatever.
Yes, so that's
You
where a
guys
lot
don't
of guys
know
get
this
in trouble.
course anyway.
So looking at there's only 6 holes in the past that have had an under par scoring average here. 2 of them are the par 5s. One is gettable by basically everybody. One's gettable by long hitters.
But it's 640. It's
there's
so
only-
depending on conditions.
There's
It's
only one
manageable.
Right.
There's
Like,
only
you
one
have
winner here, guys. Come on, let's go.
Only one winner.
Only one winner.
All right.
So that's our quick breakdown.
We
I
know
mean,
who it is.
the only other, I don't really know what other holes to really jump at.
Yeah.
I mean, not a ton.
Well, I mean,
jump
it's
out
tough
at
to
me.
tell too, just because we haven't
14.
had a lot of competitive rounds there. So
14 is probably one that jumps out at me because it's a sub 300 par 4 that guys can score on.
here's the
Like, that's a
real
scoreable
question,
hole.
I guess, in my mind is one, how much impact does weather have? Because it doesn't look like it's going to be cancelable rain. So
Say that 3 times fast.
meaning
Well,
a lot of
cold.
misery
So
on the
that's
course.
It's
right.
cold.
It's like it's going to be
cold
like
for
weather
golf.
we've had here.
Yes, for the last.
But that's something that's here. It's one, it's a tougher short course.
Mm-hmm.
2, weather. 3, in the past, we see single digit under.
What was that stat you said about average into the green?
Average into the green here, because it's a less than driver course, is 175 plus.
200. Yep.
So now it's a driver course because of cold and wind. I mean, it's the highs are in the 60s in upper 50s.
Right, but
that's
I mean,
a
you're going to
club.
have wind at the wind at the back, wind at
Well,
the front. I mean, it just
dependable.
depends here,
Right.
But the wind isn't going to come until
But,
Saturday.
but let's
Thursday, Friday. it's not
cancel
windy.
wind.
Right.
Let's just talk about temperature. If it's high 60s, no.
You're fine.
But if
It's
it's
not gonna
higher
be
50s,
cold.
is that a club temp? I'm not good at the stats on that.
Half a club.
Half club.
Based
So
off
now,
of,
so now
but
you're
based
saying,
off of where they played, maybe it is a club because they've been playing warm
are
weather
you
a lot.
saying? Are you saying okay? It's not driver every hole. Are you now driver every hole?
Yeah, but
Or
a
you
lot of
still
these
playing?
guys are just going to hit 3-wood anyway.
No.
Well, anyway, because they're 3 woods go.
Especially Rory and
well, yes, but I mean,
So
how
premium
much of
on
that
accuracy this
calculation
week.
goes into it now?
premium on accuracy.
Because of cold.
what I've heard,
Cool.
is this takes
Not-
this
I don't
takes the
cool.
high end off of Rory's game and the low end off of his game. He struggles sometimes with his
Because
wedges, and
that's
he's really, really good with
this
his
is-
driver. And then it,
Is this not European weather?
Yeah.
Is this not Scream?
but
Rory?
the length of the course takes away
Rory's not
his
European.
wedges and takes away his
better.
driver.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. Okay.
I mean, he's not in my picks this week, but that's definitely where this probably should be.
I feel it. To be fair, I glanced down, saw a European name, and went,
Yeah.
the gut just said something.
All right, where we
All
start?
right, let's go.
Let's start top 40 this week. Top 40 was maybe our
I was not prepped.
nobody hit a top 40 last week, so let's go there.
There's a
let's
ton
hit
of
one.
value this week in top 40, in my opinion.
So much.
Like, I looked at like 6 guys.
Where
and was
did
like,
we lost?
if
I
could-
lost audio completely there.
Huh?
Hello,
I can't hear anything anymore.
are you unplugged? We can hear you.
How? All I did was drop the. Oh, I pushed a button. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm good now.
I pushed the ear button. I was just showing that my boys are at the Ankeny Hawk versus Jaguar game.
Right.
Yep.
Because
Because they're soccer players now.
love the top 40 value this week. Love if I could parlay, like I'd almost do like a 6 golfer
But you
top
can't-
40.
That's the
parlay.
worst part is you can't
I
parlay those.
legitimately,
So who's your favorite? We'll start with that.
I legitimately have not looked at the top 40.
I'm going to go with
prepared.
I have a favorite, but my favorite is also my dark horse. So I'm going to go dark horse and top 40.
Why not
different,
double up?
Because I want.
It's
because
Black
there's so much
Stallion.
value. I think
Okay.
It's
that
Black Stallion.
my black stallion.
That you named, and now you're not
I
naming
know.
it right.
So top 40, what do you think?
Shitty shot.
Top 40.
Shitty shot.
That's
what I'm thinking.
Throw shots out there.
Shots.
So I'm going to go Russell Knox.
Damn.
Oh, you've already got him. Nope.
No, I
that's
don't
somebody
have
different.
him. I just
I
looked
do.
at
Mine
him.
already
Oh,
does.
he'd.
We were all hang on, time out. We about goonlocked on our top 40.
We don't goon lock in these
No,
things.
I'm
But that was-
unlocking
I
him.
legitimately
The fact that
was
we
like,
all
oh,
looked
hey,
at him.
Russell, I like him
Here, I'll go.
without looking.
I'll go Kevin Streelman.
I like it.
It's just so. I mean, there's so many.
What's his odds?
I mean, Kuchar.
What's
these
his
guys are
odds?
all plus. Streelman's 135. No,
I think-
excuse me. Streelman's 120.
I think Kuchar being plus odds here is insane.
What?
Hatton's plus 100.
Well, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Just because you don't think he's accurate enough.
I can't do it.
That's my
My
player
my
to fit.
rules are 125.
Woodland's
and
plus
above.
115.
Woodland, I think, is that one's. I don't know.
think
I
there's a
don't
ton of.
But
think there's
Cole
a
said,
ton of
Cole
value
said
at top
Kevin
in the top.
Streelman.
It's one of those courses.
I like Russell Knox here. I just think the course fits him.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Russell Knox top 40
Okay.
plus 140.
Hey,
Right.
we're back. We're back to
The
the
Aussie.
125s, baby.
The Aussie
Right.
baby.
I could either go Molinari, who's not been informed,
No.
or I can go Matt Jones, baby.
Jones,
Mike Jones.
Matt Jones,
Oh,
The Aussie.
Black Stallion.
Not Mike Jones. Not Mike.
Yeah, we can jump up to Black Stallion.
Blackie Black.
I can go because I honestly, looking at the key metrics, this guy, I almost thought about choosing him
To win.
to win. Legit is
I'm
Joel
not mad
Dahman
at-
plus
I'm not mad about
7,000.
it.
Love that pick.
I'm not mad about it.
Plus what?
7,000.
Yeah, I'm going plus 7,500, and I'm more confident.
You are. Who is it?
Aaron Rye.
Ooh,
He played so good last week.
guys. There was 3 names that when I looked at this list, because I
There's
don't do
2 of them?
research like you, and my 3 were Matt Kuchar at plus 5,000, which is
that
my
too.
pick.
Yep.
Aaron Rye 7,500, and Joel Dahman,
And
who
all
I
of
almost put
those-
in top 40.
Listeners, all of those guys are plus money top 40s.
Absolutely,
Book it.
absolutely.
Book it.
If you could parlay it, do it as
Yeah,
well.
right.
All of those guys. Sometimes when we talk about our Black Stallions, we're like, you went Duffner last week
Right,
as a
like
plus
that just
32.
went-
He
right.
dumped
You just thought these are guys that can legit win this
Win.
tournament.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is the biggest fear that I have is that I'm not taking them, that I'm going to pick the wrong guy to win, and one of these
That's-
guys is
that's
going to do it
fair.
instead.
That's fair.
Because this is a tournament that one of these types of guys wins.
Stoy, I see your cursor and player to fade, so let's jump down there to player to fade.
Hey, you guys went with Answer last week. I'm gonna go ahead and ride that because he is 5th.
5th, okay. Abe answer.
He has proved nada. So go ahead and snap that. And the real reason is because Rory is 1,000 better than second place in odds. So clearly, you could fade Rory.
I think so many people
but not,
were like,
not 10 with our standards.
I will.
Corey Connors.
I will fade Rory.
This is a Corey Connors type, by the way, win. Finau, we'll get to him later. And I think it's a Fitzpatrick course.
so
I'm
you
gonna go
you
Answer.
faded
Answer.
Abe. Honest Abe.
Honest Abe.
Honest, down the middle Abe answer on the course with tight fairways you faded.
Mhm.
Okay.
Brian,
Brian, you faded.
I'm fading
Hat.
Tyrrell Hatton.
Yes.
One of the most solid players all year round.
Best
The
putter on
reason
the tour, sprays it everywhere.
his par 4 scoring is
Yes.
why I faded him.
Yeah, you can't spray it around here and score.
why I faded
I
him.
like your pick.
It's par 4
I
scoring.
hate Stoy's pick.
So
I am fading.
so fade my pick then.
I'm fading Rory.
I mean, that's
Plus
solid.
750.
I
Can't-
can't hate it.
I don't think that he can
He
dominate
finished top 10.
with his
You're saying he's not in top 10.
driver. I'm
That's what you're
saying that he's going to finish further
Than
away
11th.
from first than your guys.
No. What you're saying is he is 10 is kind of our standard.
That's fine.
You're saying he's going past
Outside top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets off the tee, then he'll be fine.
When he's that heavy of a favorite,
Right.
if he fades out of the top 10, like that's a big fade.
Now, this would be going against the trend that we've seen the last 4 weeks on the tour, where
Top guy
tour favorites have played
played well.
very well. And
or
I've
win.
actually
Won from that. You benefited
right.
well
so
from that.
This is probably
So
my
fade the Cole?
demise. Getting back.
Are
to
you
Slice
surprised?
Cole.
shooting
Slice.
shots.
Slice Cole.
Are you surprised at all? And now he is, quite a bit better than the next person in world golf rankings. But moving from Quail Hollow, where Quail Hollow, I think that number almost gets more crooked, and he's a bigger favorite there.
I like him
Do
at
you-
Quail Hollow. I don't like him at this course.
Do you think that?
I don't.
Are
I
you
just don't think
surprised that
course
this?
fits him.
Are you surprised that this number isn't closer to second?
I am honestly surprised
I
it's
am,
not
but
closer.
like people are going to bet him because of the field. It's just like Rahm last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's
He's
fair.
too far ahead of the field not to be bet.
I am surprised in that standpoint, but then we got to get into the fact that it's betting, right?
Right, and
And-
Vegas knows they can
And
get
Vegas can play with that. So, but I am surprised that it is not closer.
And Stoy,
I
you
personally
mentioned
was summoned.
you mentioned this way
12.
earlier in the year when we get mucky, when we get rainy, when we get wet. Rory is a very, very good player when it gets into those conditions.
You might say he's not European, but he
I get it.
plays better in those.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Strokes gained,
I
mucky
don't
mess.
like him for this course at that number.
Strokes gained, mucky mess, Rory McIlroy.
I think there's a lot better value if we're just talking
agreed.
betting. The top of the board value is not good, even up to top 10 compared to what you can get. What we talked about, dark horses and
top 40s.
top 40s at. Like, there's too many guys that can have a weekend or a week, that can compete with Rory and that aren't going to be. But this tournament being at a different venue, I think hurts Rory. I love Rory at Quail Hollow. I don't like him as much here. So
now that being said, if it's at Quail, this top 10's different. Like
100%.
At that point, I don't think Rory's number one.
Remind me, is Russell Henley in the top 10 here?
No. Yes.
Because I've
11th.
Because I've seen a lot of stuff that has talked about Russell Henley being like, why is DraftKings and FanDuel and all these guys valuing him like Colin Morikawa?
It is a Henley course. It is a It's an
but it's a Knox course according to the
Knox
numbers more than it is a Henley course, and there's a huge gap between those two.
But
the Russells screwed me, so I'm not going to them this week. I got double shitty shotted by the Russells a couple weeks ago. You know what?
Hey,
screw them.
Hey,
and Paul Casey, that guy can really screw off.
Paul,
Actually,
I'm not even going to pick
is
that.
Paul in the top 10 here?
1, 2, 3.
No, he's 11th.
Yeah, he's lucky. I would have faded this. You would have.
You know it. You absolutely know it.
Is 4 the record, by the way?
I don't even know.
It's got to be at least tied.
Yeah.
You're doing
at
good.
least minimum tied.
You're doing healthy.
So let's jump
go.
up. Let's do outright winners first. I like to finish with our one and done here.
I don't.
Outright winners, Corey Connors.
Hey-o.
No.
You can't do it now. He said it.
I already put.
Did you lift your finger off
I already
the
put
card,
Corey
or?
Connors in for my one and done, and
You're not doubling.
I'm definitely hedging this week. So I'll
guess
go.
to be fair, every time that someone has
I ruined
doubled
it. We'll go
down
one and
has
done.
not favored.
So
one.
that's what I mean. And last week I finished 1-2.
Yeah, you did.
So
It was impressive.
you got to ride that.
You got to ride that high to hedge it.
Right, ride the hedge.
Hedge
Hedge
the
the
hedge.
slice
I'm not trying to do
and
that.
the ride.
So your outright is
My outright is
TBD.
Maddie.
Fitzpatrick.
No. Seamus.
Got.
Seamus Power.
All right. Well, I'll go with my third one then.
What's Seamus odds here?
Seamus is plus 3,400, which puts him at 8th.
I'm gonna ride the Russell train. I'm gonna buy into that hype, mainly because I was going Fitzpatrick and then Seamus, and then you went both of them. So
Yeah, but I didn't.
you didn't say his name,
Yeah, okay.
and you said fade him.
So anybody that's in my mouth this week, you're like, yeah,
no,
get out of there.
not a chance.
Spit it out.
I'm going to slice that.
Fair enough.
Outright winner, I'm going Keegan Bradley this week.
Who? Okay.
Keegan
2,800.
Bradley, rocking the Jordans.
Hey, how do you feel about me fading Keegan Bradley over Rory because he was my second fade?
I love it. What has Bradley done?
And I mean, he just kind of hangs around. He's kind of annoying. I don't like.
He's a top
I
40
like
guy.
Rory, and I don't like Keegan Bradley. So like, I
But
would
from a
rather
betting
fade
standpoint,
Keegan.
if you're going to fade it, you're going to fade the number one.
I-
The odds are
which
better.
is-
So
I did what I did.
here's going to be
But
his
for chicken
demise.
shots?
Course makes sense.
Here's going to be
Yeah,
his
it does.
demise. The one thing that could hurt him and he might miss the cut is his fairway percentage and his driving accuracy. Those are the two things.
I don't think you
But-
ever should be like, he might miss the cut with your outright.
But no, if I
though.
Yeah, right.
but if I look at it from approach, par 4 scoring, tee to green, and 175 plus,
We just don't know how
He's
good he is at
top
those.
30, all of them.
He doesn't know how to do those things from the trees.
Yes. Correct.
That's what I'm saying. If he
Is
if
this
he
one of the most
sprays,
classic, like, traditional
I hit
courses?
the ball so well today from the trees.
Well,
so he plays like me.
courses this year, is this not one of the most traditional courses?
This is a grinder course. This is a
Traditional.
But it's not a European
so
course.
hold on.
It's
This
European.
is-
American traditional
It's American traditional course with European weather.
weather.
This is why
What play? I mean, what
Who
gives?
wins?
This is why one of my favorite picks of everybody right
That's why
here
I
is
think-
Stoy's Matt Kuchar.
That's why I
because
think-
Cooch is an old school guy that just grinds.
Guys, I don't understand how Cooch can like fade his like he starts here, jiggles, fades, and then goes. It would. Do you realize how hard of a left hook that would happen?
We talk about
a
a
whole life though.
Yeah, but like good.
talk about a grinding course. Kuchar is third in par 4 scoring, second in par 4 performance, which I don't know what the difference is there, but
Great at bogey avoidance.
and he is second in bogey avoidance.
You
This
best
dude
believe
is a
it's-
grinder.
You best believe he's a black stallion. Horse noise. I don't have one.
All right, one and done.
One and done. I'm already on. Corey Connors.
I don't like it. I do like it.
It's just a course that
But my
course
guy.
that fits a Canadian. Is Canadian, is that what you get when you combine European weather with American course?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Canadian?
Absolutely.
And I love the group that he's playing with this week.
Or you
Thursday,
get
Friday.
You get a Tony Finau who's coming out hot, and 21 was one of my high school numbers, so I'm locked in, and I still have Tony. Jesus Christ,
Tony.
Tony,
I don't mind that at all.
he's hot.
Yeah.
I told Ryan earlier. I said go with players who are playing hot in this because that's who's going to come out of this situation.
And I think, like we talked about, Tony Finau was 175. He was lights out last week. 175 plus is what we're going to see this week.
He's coming in.
And we talked about his driver is kind of awry a little bit.
Nope,
Doesn't have to use it a ton.
does not.
No, I considered
God.
doubling up
Odd or
on the
even.
outright winner pick since I took him as my
Odd
winner.
or
done.
even because I got
But-
two guys that I'm between right now. Odd or even.
Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up, Ryan.
I'm doing this solely for the purpose that I want to try and gain on Cole here, and I don't want to take the same person and just move up the same amount because I love Corey Connors this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to double up on my Black Stallion here.
Oh,
Joel Dahman.
wow.
That is a
All the value out there, you're doubling up. That was my biggest problem this week is I just see I see this being an extremely competitive tournament and not a super high scoring tournament, I don't think.
No.
Okay.
12 under or less?
Are we talking
Yeah.
about a side shitty shot?
10 under or less?
Side shitty shot? 9.5.
No.
You gotta go
No.
half.
I think it'll be double digits, but I don't think it gets to, no way it gets to 15. I don't think.
What do
the
you
only-
think it is? What
Personally,
is your number?
13.
12. Niner?
Double sticks.
11.
11. Double sticks.
Over.
Over 10.5?
Over 10
11.
and a half.
So 11.
Yeah.
What's
I think
your-
it's
what's
12.
your-
I think it's 12.
Okay.
That's three.
Stoy?
That's
I
460.
legitimately have no gut on this one. So
467s.
is whatever.
So
I'm going to score it. They're going to finish at 11.5.
Oh,
17, 18.
A tie at 11 is 11.5. Is it not?
Stop.
People are better scorers than they were in 17 and 18. In 17 and 18, we saw a bunch of single-digit winners at this course. Stoy, this is weather-wise, and toughness-wise, this is a Stoy course.
Shot on the line.
Guys, I've had 4
That's not for today.
This
3
week,
in golf.
Yeah, I get it.
No, I get it.
You don't have
No,
to.
and the reason is because with trees in play and wind and weather.
Treason.
Trees in play.
Oh. Thought we had some spice.
Did I not say trees in play?
You did. Trees in play.
Okay.
That's why I
you
said
just
treason.
didn't
Enunciate
was
clearly.
pause.
There was
I
no-
am a black person, okay? We don't do those pauses
No, I just.
or enunciations.
Well, we're just talking about all these countries.
And I
I,
was-
didn't know if there was treason on the course this
That's
week,
fair.
right? It's
That's right. I was actually thinking about that in the
who's the
barber
Russian
chair today.
spine coming in here?
Tay was like, Ern Donald. And I was like,
Excuse me?
wait. Ern Donald. Who the
Is that EARN?
Who the F is Ern Donald? Oh, Aaron Donald. You're a Rams fan.
Double A wrong.
All right, got it.
Right.
Yeah, black people don't like to pronounce
It's
it.
not. It's not white.
Yes,
Aaron.
Aaron.
It's Ern.
Ern.
Ern Donald.
Who? Ern?
Principal O'Shea Hennessy's office.
Exactly.
I don't know where we're at.
Let's see. 12.
12.
11 and a half.
He went 12. I went 11.
Defensively, And actually, the reason I'm saying no to all of the above is the simple fact that when you get cold and wet and a little bit of wind, I don't want to say wet, actually. I'm just say cold and a little bit of breeze, you're going to keep it lower, which helps your disbursement. So you're going to be tighter anyway, get the ball on the ground. So worst case, they're going to be in tall rough. It's really not going to penalize these guys as much as it would us. They're not going to go in the trees.
I don't know. I prefer to hit from the rough. Better.
Exactly.
Better.
It's going to be
Flyers baby.
Yeah, it's going to be higher scoring.
But there's thick rough here. So
than that. So
you think it's going to be like 50?
I didn't see.
You think it's
I cannot put a number.
Okay.
I just know it's higher. That it's going to be higher than 11.
I didn't see. So just go 13 and price us right us. Just go 13 and price us right us.
No.
Because then closest to without going over. You just price us right.
That's not how we bet, though. That's not how our audience can bet.
So you're not willing to play in this game this week, is what you're telling us?
No, I'm always down to play.
No, you're not.
I will not dismiss a shitty shot.
So what are we doing? Are we doing over under?
We're
or what are we doing?
We're doing over
or
under 12 and a half. I'm setting it.
Huh?
12. Over and over 12 and a half.
I'm going under. I'm going to write this down in ours.
And it's just for the winner. So it's over. One guy will go over.
I agree. Probably at 13.
As long as he doesn't like 4-putt to victory because he's got a 4-stroke lead. You know how much money that costs a lot of people at the Masters?
So much money. So much money.
Like for the day, for the round, for the tournament. Like, all right.
These guys have been playing solid this year. It's gonna be 13.
Yep.
Over, under. Perfect.
Boom.
That was.
What if they go to playoff at 12 and someone wins on a birdie?
Doesn't matter.
13?
Nope.
I feel like it's 13.
Score in the clubhouse after 72 holes.
Okay. I love it.
That's the official recorded score.
All right. Now that we've finished that marketing team cut, there was a news we forgot to talk about. And that was DeAndre Hopkins, receiver for
Is it
Cardinals.
I mean, it's news, but is it relevant?
Yes. You know why it's relevant?
Yes.
Because I don't understand how someone could he tests multiple times positive for a substance that enhances your performance, allegedly. Again, I'm not a scientist.
Right.
However, an injured player who's not playing, not on the team at all, can bet one weekend against his team to win and gets a full year. Someone explain that to me.
It's a Pete Rose effect. You gamble.
If you're playing, I actually can agree on the playing part because you can affect it.
Pete Rose is still banned from the major leagues,
which makes no sense. He should be he's a Hall of Famer.
I agree, but you're wanting something to make sense that will never they won't ever allow that to make sense.
But make sense from a an NFL standpoint. Where's the money in that? There's no money in that.
It's just hypocritical by the NFL. And
there's no
unfortunately,
even good PR, bad PR to that. It's just meh.
Well, do you care that Hopkins did what he did?
Yes.
Okay.
I do care. Because Ridley's not playing this year.
No.
So from a sheer standpoint of, okay, one, he tested positive for multiple things, performance enhancing, and the NFL has their substance abuse, laws. 6 games, Josh Gordon annexed from the NFL.
For marijuana.
Performance reducing.
Again, I'm
probably
just the NFL.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Everyone out there, our listeners, we know who some of you are.
The NFL screws it up at every turn.
I know, but it's effing stupid.
All of these people who have
it is so stupid.
Sexual misconduct.
The sexual misconduct, by the way,
assault charges get second chance, third chance, fourth chance, as long as they're producing on the field.
Drugs and gambling.
Specifically, not even drugs is going too far.
Marijuana
is
the worst thing.
And gambling are harsher than that's why I'm just overanalyzing and being upset about it. It's just the NFL has proven to be idiotic on these rulings, and
so are people because somebody tweeted out that DeAndre Hopkins took a slight beaver tranquilizer just as in dodgeball,
time out.
and people believed it.
Beaver tranquilizer. Like, why is it? That was the thing that was like, why is it how did we choose beaver?
Or like, I mean, Ray Lewis had this tricep came back and had deer antler spray.
Right, but like, why are we tranquilizing just a beaver with that? Like, not a lion or not
anything
a
else?
horse
An
or beaver.
elephant,
Right, so
a
it wasn't.
rhino.
It was a small tranquilizer because it wouldn't have done anything to a cow, a horse, a bear,
A human, clearly.
a house cat probably would have killed it.
Probably. Maybe.
You know, so like,
Not
but
a Maine
beaver,
Coon.
like,
But not a beaver.
or a raccoon would have killed it. Why wasn't it a raccoon tranquilizer? Like, why?
A Maine Coon.
How did we come up with a beaver for like? You know what? This is what we use on the beavers.
It's just.
I don't know. I just think that, like you said, there's
And also, like,
There's a
how does
line-
that help you? How does a tranquilizer help you?
It's science. We're
is
not
there
scientists.
is
I have
there
no
some
clue.
sort of
No clue. My
my
argument's not against the science
oxytocin? Is there some sort of oxytocin that like speeds them up so much that they pass out? I don't know. Is there like
That's
an
why you had to do a
adrenaline?
small animal because it helps because it's not too much.
Overall, PEDs, steroids, and all that, I'm against it to a degree. I am severely against it when someone is betting when they're injured and not even on the field.
But I'm against
me,
your
there's an
argument. I'm against your argument. Apples and oranges.
Okay.
Because you're not comparing things that are equal. Like,
But and then
I don't care if anyone tests or does PEDs. That's my personal stance. I do care if someone does something to another person and then gets reinstated because their performance is good enough to let them on the field.
I agree. I also
yes, apples and oranges argument.
Right.
I agree that someone PED wise, I don't give a shit. But compared to either or,
Right. And I don't care if anybody gambles.
I don't really either.
And I don't care if anybody smokes weed.
so the only thing
Now,
there's time.
you
Time.
knock out a female in an elevator with tape.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about it.
realistically though. Gambling wise, I don't care if people gamble. I care if Calvin Ridley was betting on his team to lose while he was playing, shaving points.
I don't even
I
care
don't.
about that because the coaches have more of coaches and GMs have the ability to do more damage to their team than any single player.
I would love one single player to step forward and said, I cared so much less about my teammates and everyone else. I said, you know what? This bet I put on for $10,000 was worth it.
Right.
I get paid more per game than that.
But what I'm saying is,
I would honestly say that there is no athlete on this face of the earth in the professional league that is actually able to affect a game that would be like, yeah, no, the team.
Got him.
he did it.
Beep.
And I said,
over the team.
I said,
F over the team to the degree that it costs them the game, because there's just no way. Your competitive spirit does not go into, I'm in the fourth quarter, I'm shooting this free throw, I'm going, I can make $10,000 if I miss this, but my team can go to the playoffs if I make it.
Right.
That does not cross your brain as an athlete. There's just no way.
Right.
But what I am saying is, if I'm betting with my team, I have no incentive to play, or I guess no incentive to necessarily change
Ridley
my play.
Wasn't even playing.
Right.
He wasn't
I'm
on
saying-
the team.
But what I'm saying is, if you're legit playing and you do have a capability when you're playing to affect.
Do you think more than a coach or a GM? Tell me that
Single game.
I mean,
Single game GM, you can't really single game GMs.
Yeah, but
here.
like, I mean,
coach wise, yeah.
No, this is how I'm going to trump all of what you just said. Okay? I have to go to wrestling terms. He's a wrestler.
let's hear it.
Okay?
I hope you get the wrestling term right.
I hope I do too. You're up 2-2. 15 seconds left.
Wait, you can't be up if you're tied.
You can be in the Olympics. I scored last. I'm up 2-2.
Flustered.
Anyways,
I helped you.
Here we go.
thank you.
Here we go.
Okay? Do I shoot to win or not? Right? Do we stall this out to the end or not? Or go to overtime? Doesn't matter. The situation. Because I know that if I lose, I make money in that situation, or I shoot, I win. are you thinking about it in that situation about something else? Or are you thinking to win or not?
No. So I get what you're saying. What I'm saying though
That's
is
an
when you were
sport.
when you were saying this
Individual, because he said individual.
no. But when you were saying like no athletes thinking that, I'm saying if they had the capacity to make that bet and to physically perform lesser than they are actually capable of, that should be a worse offense than basically anything that we're talking about.
No, because they can't. I truthfully, from a psychology standpoint, there's no way an athlete thinks that way.
And then continues to get put on the field.
There's just no way.
But what I'm
You
saying,
don't make it to that level and be like, money means more than me.
I'm not
Cole passes me the ball.
I never said that though.
Wide open in the flats. That's not how that happens.
You're saying that the offense itself is worse.
The offense itself is worse
But I just don't think
Then
that the
what?
offense itself is like
than PEDs, than drugs,
He's
than
saying
those
that
kind of
offense
things.
is worse, but my thing is like that offense is less plausible than all of the other offenses that we're talking about. Like it's the least plausible offense.
I agree.
Okay. So if I'm
Agree. The probability of that happening is
less than any of the other ones combined.
substantially less.
Right.
But there's been times in history that it's happened where people have shaved points, legit shaved points, or
In high school,
people think
Right, but not more than the refs, not more than the GMs,
Correct.
not more than the coaches.
I wasn't. We have never said a coach smoking weed, a coach doing PEDs.
Right,
We're
we don't
talking
care about
strictly about players.
They do it all the time and
Right.
don't get in trouble.
But we're talking strictly about players. I'm saying in the player standpoint, in my eyes, morality, everything is worse. If I bet on my team to lose and I know that I can have some impact on that
Right.
for us to lose,
But
it's worse than
tough
those.
to do in
it
football.
is not worse than coaches
It's the
or
toughest
refs.
to do in football.
We're talking about players. We're not talking about refs.
No,
Right.
we're talking about the game.
I'm just saying that like
I'm talking about the game.
in football, the plausibility of one player being able to impact a game over basketball,
Yeah.
But we're talking.
wrestling, like
I think.
So
But
do you think
wrestling's
Calvin
got the
Ridley
most.
should have
Wrestling's
been
got the most
suspended?
discrepancy when it comes to betting and people paying people off.
Right.
Than anybody would ever think
it's
about.
a
'cause that-
legitimate.
It's a
1v1
legitimate issue.
absolutely.
every go around.
But like, do you think Calvin Ridley should have been suspended?
No,
Okay, so
Fine?
here's the
Cool.
problem, though.
I already said that.
Like
Fine,
and I see what you're saying, but the problem is like you can't, and they will never. And I'm not saying you can't. They will never change the rule to, well, if it's your team or if it's not your team. It's always going to be if it's gambling.
At all
Boom,
in the NFL.
this is it.
Gone.
And like very rarely in the history of sports is it I'm betting against my team.
And that's what I'm talking about. Is Pete Rose always bet on himself?
Correct.
If I'm betting on myself, I should never
Calvin
be
Ridley
penalized.
bet on his team even when he wasn't
And
playing.
that's why.
He was
That's what I'm saying.
like an
that's what I'm
idiot.
saying. Calvin Ridley should
like
never.
a bad bet.
Guys,
Calvin Ridley should
true.
never be penalized.
Terrible bet.
Now a good football team, and you bet whatever.
Calvin Ridley should never be penalized. But if Calvin Ridley is playing in that game and he takes the Falcons to lose or to miss, then
Fine.
see ya.
But, like,
you
we're
don't
not even-
have any business here because
That's
your
the thing
morals
is,
are
like,
wrong.
We don't get to like that conversation. We may never have like
Ever.
actually like we'll have the conversation of the what if, but like we can actually have the marijuana conversation. We can have the coaches not playing the right players, the GMs trying to tank,
Right.
paying
The only
coaches
thing
to do
that
things.
we'll ever have with shaving points or betting against is suspicion.
Right. Which is, I mean, and that is or isn't whatever, but like the PEDs are real, the marijuana is real, and
Real.
all of those things are like, I mean, honestly, who gives a shit?
Marijuana isn't even. That shouldn't even be a thing.
And it's more and more, it's not.
It's not, but it still
But
is.
like all of the players that it has affected.
All the players, all of the people in prison for it.
Right.
Like, let's calm.
No,
let's calm down with it. The
I'm
thing
just-
is,
Right.
it slows down, makes you hungry.
Right.
It does not make you a
just-
better performer. Let's calm. Although my
Well,
high school
unless you
kicker,
have anxiety, then it might
my,
make
yes,
you a better
my
performer.
high school
So,
kicker
like-
who missed a 47-yarder to get us to state, who never missed a 47-yarder. Anxiety, I get
Right.
that, but that's
puff puff kick.
like come on,
Come
on. Calm down with
You think
that.
if
Right.
Tony Romo took a hit, he would have dropped that snap against the Seahawks?
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, why have your starting quarterback? Here's your holder.
Well, hey, we're not getting into that.
Huh?
I opened my own wound.
Yeah, you did. You did.
That was,
Was that?
I just
So,
like I
I'm-
said, go back. I'm on your guys'
I think we
in
all
agreement
agree.
100% on
Right.
those things. I'm
It's
saying if
Enforcement
in the
is not done.
La La
Wait, so
Land,
Goodell's the best commissioner we've ever had.
But-
We all can agree to that.
Right, but is he? He's not the like. At least
not
he's
the worst.
somewhat progressive.
It's just overall, it's just not good.
But
I mean,
compared to
by
what
the way,
he
him
makes-
getting booed
his
every
him
time.
him
Compared to what
somewhat
he makes,
progressive
no.
with his handshake with
And he's
was
better
it-
than
was
the
it
other
Thibodeau?
league commissioners.
Right.
Was it Thibodeau that he had
mean,
his handshake with? That he
that's
just
great.
like was
It's
completely
just-
out of his element.
Right.
Had
He was
no
trying
idea.
to be
Guys,
cool.
he
was trying to be a dad with a teenage kid, and he failed. Ultimately,
He tried.
the draft announcee for the what was it? The children.
Minnesota Vikings.
No, yeah, no. It was
That
for
took
him.
45 minutes.
No. Who's the kid? Was super excited. For he got his
he was
wish.
the only
Make-A-Wish.
one.
He was the
Foundation.
Make-A-Wish
He was the
kid.
only
One
early
of-
pick.
No, it was for that. It was the same one because he kind of
yeah.
took the spotlight
It was
away
Thibodeau?
from.
It was Thibodeau.
Yeah, he took the spotlight away
That dude
from
was
Goodell screwing up, and
Actually,
then
yeah, Goodell
he
did
got
not-
in there with
Goodell
a
His
would not
intensity
do-
that whole
like,
time was
I
great.
feel like Goodell,
Goodell
was
was
kind
nervous
of
or some-
influenced
yes,
because of that.
absolutely.
To
He
do
had
something.
no
with
idea
Thibodeau,
what to
and
do.
So it was just awkward, but like
It
it
was
was
awkward.
awesome to see
That
the
kid-
kid up there for the Make a Wish, and
that
he
draft,
did an
though,
amazing
like
job.
the atmosphere just looked
Vegas,
phenomenal.
Vegas killed it,
Guys,
but
was
they killed
Vegas-
it for multiple days.
Was Vegas going to do bad?
No, but did you see? So Brees
Does
Hall
it
got
stay?
drafted by the Jets day 2. So he was in Vegas with his family and heard that he got drafted, jumped out of the pool and went over and introduced himself to Goodell like afterwards. Instead of, like being green roomed or sitting in there in a tux or whatever. It was like, no, I'm going to go hang up at the Circa pool. When my name gets called, I'll jaunt on over and introduce
So-
myself,
To Goodell.
and then I'll go back to my pool. Like that's how you do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Was
personally,
it
I'd be
just
I'd
kill?
be partying
Was it
with
Sauce? Was
everybody.
it Sauce Gardner that went a different direction immediately?
Yeah,
and
they're like,
everybody
"He's
was
rounding-
roasting him.
he's rounding-
Everybody
he's running
roasted
away
him. It was
from the
like
Jets.
he's a Jets cornerback and he's going
Running
the
away
wrong
already.
direction already.
And nobody. The thing is he ran past two
Multiple people.
producer
Multiple.
People that should have
and
said,
nobody
"Da-da-da-da."
like ushered
There
him
was
away.
no, by the way, there's no
They just, like,
sign that
looked at
says
him.
draftees go this way. There was
Right,
nothing.
Well, I mean,
No.
he wasn't the first draft pick, so
No.
obviously he didn't watch where the
Well,
other.
but did you see those pods though?
Yeah,
There's
But
no way
and
they could have saw
and
it.
you're like, okay, I might be a top 5 pick. Like I'm not thinking, oh, let's watch these guys. I'm like, oh,
he was going to
give
go
me that
like,
phone call
down,
or give me-
around, back.
Hey,
through
he
the
sprinted.
staging
He hustled
area.
though.
He did.
He hustled the whole time.
He showed good acceleration.
I was.
all the chains.
What if he would have pulled a hammy? Like,
Wouldn't that been a-
down the turnaround? Like, that would have been classic,
great.
all timer.
All right.
non-contact
we
football
digress.
injury?
Good show, boys.
Okay. It was a really good show. Weather's getting
Yep.
nicer. Next Tuesday is actually golfable, but we're going to start taking some of these to the course.
Yep.
We really are, and I think we figured out with marketing where we can be mic'd up the whole time,
Love it.
so we can be playing while talking as opposed to Stoy trying to film
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with wind because
So like
poor life choice.
like the Brady,
Yeah.
Manning,
Except for
Mahomes
camera will be
showdown.
It's
tough.
going to be the match.
Camera will be tough.
Yeah,
'cause
but we get some audio though.
we'll get some audio, but camera will be tough. Outside of that, yeah,
We're going to have to think of like a clever name like the match because it's not going to
Yeah,
be
not the
that.
match.
or we don't.
Yeah,
Because we won't have shot tracer or any of that stuff.
Right.
Let's just leave it for now
we call it the trash.
until
I'm
we
pretty
get-
sure you could probably just take a Snapchat of mine and just draw
Either
a
that or
hook
we,
to
just,
the right.
or left.
we should probably call it the bleep.
The bleep. Yeah, there's some. However,
What is our-
we
what
get
is
more
our second
sponsors,
delay?
And we could have a camera guy follow us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is our second delay on
we don't have
curse
one.
words?
We don't. we go live.
To be implemented.
Yeah, we're raw.
Hey, all those other ones
TBI.
get bleeped out.
Yeah, they're
We
fake.
don't.
They're
We're
fake.
real.
We're raw.
We are raw and real.
That's
Okay.
we're so much like.
All right. So as always, everybody, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever podcast you're listening on to. Share with your friends, family. Comment if you guys got a favorite course around the Des Moines metro area. If you're some listeners around there, let us know where you want to play. If you got a favorite course in your area,
Challenge 3v3.
There we go.
let's do it. 3v3. I like that.
Wait, does that have to be us three?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right. I'm in, I guess.
I paused.
Wow.
But yeah.
I mean, I might be 65 yards out and put spin on a ball for the first time in my life
what
again.
a snooty comment from me. My bad.
Yeah.
He thinks he's better than us. It's not accurate.
He is better than me. I mean,
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
They haven't seen the numbers. Have
Ball-
they seen the numbers?
Ball don't lie.
All right. Well, let's film it all.
Gin don't lie, baby.
Jin's
all right.
disgusting.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Take care.
It's time